It's not as bad as Asta, but that
no, it's at least Asta screaming like motivational. This man, he just be screaming. Like, he's just angry at the world.
And it honestly,
but then he's technically not angry.
He's not angry.
And I don't get why him and Deku are best friends.
It don't make sense. It's not even like they try to make it like a Sasuke and Naruto thing, which it's not. It's not completely even close to that. It's literally not. Because I feel like at least with Sasuke,
literally told Deku to jump off a building.
The first episode. After he ruined his like life work book and stuff, he told him to jump off a building. Come on now. Is that the best friend you want to have in life?
And Deku would have no powers. Deku should have been a school shooter. Deku should have been a school shooter. Yo.
In 1998, here came the impossible. Lil Boy was chosen, his life was not optional. So we tried to search for anything that was logical. He just found a world shockingly irresponsible with people in it that never was held accountable. The world was smoking mirrors, definitely undeniable. Could he overcome it? It likely was astronomical. But if he really could, that boy would be unstoppable. Chosen boy for real, viewing from his perspective. He was gonna kill anybody deceptive. Baby was so chill, growing into his own, and his mama was so thrilled. The boy finally left home, dressed up like he will. Prince is in his zone, and he's hungry for a meal. Been starving for way too long. This reality, accepted it gradually. If you're not the coolest,
What's good, y'all? I'm Rodney.
I'm Court.
And this RJ Relates. Now, this is a sacred place where we are 100% honest with ourselves and our audience. This is my boy Court, the anime expert.
Yes, sir.
So today's topic, we're going to be talking about the old generation and the new generation of anime. The old generation, you got Dragon Ball Z, you got Bleach, One Piece, Naruto. That's my favorite anime of all time, all day, every day. You know, and you got the new generation where you got My Hero, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu
Kaisen,
and
Fire Force.
Fire Force. Black Clover. I like that one personally right there.
Rent a Girlfriend, even though I've never watched it.
You need to watch that shit.
Yeah, you need to finish up some fire.
Anyway, I want to know your take on the old generation and the new generation of anime. What do you think the differences are? Which one do you think is better?
As far as differences between the old generation and new generation, and when I say new generation anime, I mean like from, I want to say 2010 to present.
Okay, yeah.
You count that? Yeah, okay.
When did Attack on Titan come on?
I would say Attack on Titan's new. I would say it's somewhat new gen.
I would say it's new, yeah.
Because I feel like it adds something different that old anime didn't have.
Yeah, okay.
But as far as new generation animes, I would say that the difference is the pacing. As far as anything is a huge difference. Like, you don't get new generation animes where it's like Naruto, where it's like plus 900 episodes, or One Piece where it's like plus 1,000 and continuing to happen.
I don't know how y'all One Piece fans do it.
Listen,
that shit is too long. That shit is too long. It needs to end.
Listen, it's long, but the payoff is worth it, especially now that
where's the payoff? It's still going.
We are in the Wano, and that's all that matters right now. But anyway,
a kid could literally be born and watch that whole thing 22.
But you know what's crazy about that? There are people out there that literally rewatch One Piece. Like,
I don't know how.
Like, they've gotten to like the present and then they started watching it all over again. And I find that crazy.
Oh my god. But go back to what you were saying.
But yeah, the pacing for new generation animes, the NGA, as I call it, their pacing is completely different. I want to say somewhat better than old generation animes. Because it really does depend. Because I feel like Naruto had good pacing.
Yeah.
It's just that when you get hit with constant filler, that's when it starts to drive you away a bit. Because honestly, there were some episodes of Naruto that were filler that I was like, oh man, why do we got to do this? Why do we have to do that?
Yeah.
But honestly, filler in Naruto isn't as bad as, let's say, Bleach. Because at least for Naruto, there are consistencies to it. There's a story, there's a plot line that continues on to sometimes the main story. Like, there is lore between those filler episodes that I feel like you should watch.
Yeah.
But like Bleach, you have like Halloween specials, you have Christmas specials, you have filler that has nothing to do with the plot.
Oh, it's weird.
And it's just very weird. Like, there's this one episode where it's like Rukia is like a genie or something like that, and she's tiny, and it's like, why am I watching this?
I've never seen that.
It's like, why am I watching this?
Never. The bout one from Bleach was good.
Yes, that was good.
I didn't even know that was filler.
Honestly,
I didn't even know that was filler.
I wouldn't really count.
It's technically filler.
It's the same thing with the whole Zanpakuto thing. Like, that's technically filler, but it adds story and lore to each of the characters and their weapons and stuff, which I really appreciate that. But for new generation anime, there's the NGA. There's no, I wouldn't say there's no filler per se. Like, there are episodes where you have your beach episode, or you have your like everyone getting together episode and not doing a mission or something close to the plot. It's more like they're just developing the characters' personalities and letting you get to know them better when they're not serious and they're not.
I personally like that. I feel like they need to have some, some nice times. You know what I mean?
This is why you need to watch Fire Force. They have that. But anyways,
listen, I'm on episode 6, guys. I'm watching it. I'm on my way.
He's on his way. But yeah, I feel like the pacing is completely different. I feel like it's structured pretty well as far as like seasons, because you do have definitive seasons 1, 2, 3. Like for Naruto, I'm pretty sure there's like what?
There's like 12. There's 12. No, I had like 16, 17. We got like 16.
Yeah, it says 16, 17 seasons, but they're all just episodes 1 through blah blah blah.
Yeah,
like it's not cut up into arcs or anything like that. Which I feel like they should do at some point, or like I feel like on a website they should just have like arcs on there rather than just like seasons, because there are certain arcs that you should watch in Naruto and there are certain arcs that you should absolutely never watch. Like for example, no, I don't want to say it was a bad arc, but it was such a good character.
No, 100% honesty. Right, let's say it. Come on, let's go.
For anyone that likes this arc, it's the arc where Naruto and Asuma kind of like bond together a little bit.
Man, that was a good arc.
It was
I don't know why people be tripping on that arc.
I don't like the character. I don't like the villains in that arc because they don't provide anything towards the story.
But it provides for Asuma because we get more time with Asuma.
Yeah, all that time for Asuma. Look where that ended up going. But
that technically is for Shikamaru's development.
That was for Shikamaru's development. But like episodes like that or arcs like that just kind of throw me off, because it's like it was a cool concept to have this character being developed and everything, and then you also have another character which I think his name's like Yu or something.
You talking about the kid?
Yeah, the kid.
His name was Soru.
I'm sorry, Soru. But him, as far as the character goes, I did not like that character. Which I felt they could have done something completely different for Asuma. I feel like they could have just had him training Naruto with the Wind Chakra and just not have that character there. They could have had the assassins come for Asuma, since apparently he's part of a group, like Guardians.
The 12 Guardians Shinobi.
Which we've never talked about ever before, and it just came up out of nowhere. Which it does.
That's fine.
Which is fine, because it gave lore to why he has that like scarf thing on his pants and everything, and it was interesting that he was a part of that. That gives him socks.
Yeah.
And I did like that. It's filler like that where they bring in unnecessary characters that have nothing to do with the story, and they try to get you to like those characters or feel for those characters, but I feel like they do a little too much with it. Like for Fire Force, there is definitely some, I would say, filler, but it's not to the point where it's like they're shoving it down your throat. It's very paced. It's like 2 or 3 episodes, and then the filler's over.
Would you pick the new generation anime or the old generation anime right now?
Right now, I would unfortunately pick the newer generation anime, mainly because it's easier to digest. That's my only thing. It's easier to digest, and let's be honest, the animation is just, it's pristine.
It's because we're in the future.
I understand that's the only reason. It's because it's so pristine, and it's kind of like, dang, I wish, like if they would have done like a remake of Yu Yu Hakusho, or any remake of the older animes, I would be like, oh, old generation anime, because not only is that what I grew up on, but now it's more pristine, it's drawn better, it's animated better. I mean, they can add a few more things, add more like character moments that they didn't add like in the anime that they have in the manga or anything like that. Yeah, as far as quality wise, I do like newer generation animes because they're consistent and they get to the point. But for Naruto, like that's the thing, for Naruto and One Piece, they have so much lore to it. The world is so expanded that it makes sense that I had to go from episode 1 to episode 800 or episode 1000 and continuing.
One Piece, though. Wow.
One Piece in particular, One Piece in particular because it's about like the whole entire world. I feel like with Naruto, it's about the whole world, but it focuses on the main villages and stuff. And even then,
see, but that's
they
better.
don't focus on the male villages.
That's better.
But it's because they have such an interesting cast in One Piece. In Naruto, it's like there's an interesting cast, but they do nothing with that cast.
Shout out to they did good with the Cloud Village. They did good with the Cloud Village.
Oh no, the Cloud Village. I mean, I feel like that's the only village that they really did.
No, the Sand Village too.
The Sand. I mean, because of Gaara. I feel like that's only because of Gaara.
But we got some type of history with it.
What do you remember from the Sand Village though?
The fourth Kazekage Gaara's dad, and the third Kazekage got smoked by sorcery. Sorcery pulled him out when he was about to fight Lady Chiyo and Sakura. She was hilarious. Sand Village are a bunch of weaklings.
They're weak. Not as bad as the village in the stone or something like that. They're terrible. I mean, in Boruto, they're terrible. I'm sorry, in Boruto.
Okay, in Boruto, Boruto,
in
they're
Naruto,
terrible.
I guess they're somewhat competent. You can do things, but in Boruto, they're terrible.
But we don't really think about Boruto like that, alright? We don't really think about it.
Alright, we talk about new generation anime, and Boruto part of that. But, but pacing, is there anything else you want to...
I would say, for me, I'm gonna pick the old generation anime. I like new generation, but I feel like, old generation, I feel like you were more into the story. I feel like you got more information. I feel like the new generation, they give you that. It's definitely more, new generation is definitely more fast paced. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no doubt about that. It's way more fast paced. There's not really any fillers. You're going through it, and that's great. But I feel like as they do that, you kind of lose that character development. I don't think their character development is as crisp. It's not as good.
You're not wrong about that.
Yeah. So like when you go back to Naruto, I feel like you got that emotional appeal because like when they got to certain places, they earned that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like we watched Naruto grow from here to legit being Hokage. He earned that. We saw people like Itachi going through what he went through. Mm-hmm. He earned that. You know what I'm saying? Or even go back with Bleach or something like that. Bleach, I wouldn't say really was story driven, but I still feel like characters like Aizen, he kind of like you felt that you earned that. Like they, you know what I mean? It didn't just happen in 3 to 5 episodes. I feel like something I feel like something with Black Clover. Also, like when he like messed up his arms, it was like 5 episodes later and he was back to normal.
And that's the thing about that. I feel like with new generation anime, when it comes to conflicts, they end it quick. It's way too quick when they end a conflict. Like especially with the Black Clover thing. Like when we saw Asta's arms all messed up and everything, I'm like, oh, this is great. I mean, it's bad for him, but it's great. It's gonna take a while until you can do anything. We're gonna see more characters develop more. We're gonna see them train and fight more. No, 5 episodes. They somehow find a cure and everything, and they fix it. It's like
and then my boy was also saying how he was saying like he felt like Asa's friends they respect him and are willing to help him like too quick, like they feel like he hasn't earned that type of real respect where like, oh my god, like they're willing to lay down their actual lives for him. Like if he feels like he hasn't done enough for that. Because like again, the character development, they just automatically liked him and just started fucking with him. And I think that's a problem with the new generation. They don't build their characters enough for me personally.
I think the main characters are too lovable in their own anime. Yeah. Like for Jujutsu Kaisen, the main character, he's just lovable. Like everyone's like, oh, I like this guy. Let's hang out with this guy. Let's do things with this guy. Let's be friendly with him. It's kind of like you didn't earn that friendship I'm not saying you didn't earn it, but I feel like you have to do more to earn it. Yeah. And I feel like just saving them from like 1 battle or 2 battles isn't enough. I feel like you have to really be with that character to develop. Like back to Naruto, especially early Naruto with Shikamaru and Naruto. I feel like that friendship, that connection right there, that's a good, solid connection as far as I know.
And that was a build-up.
That was a build-up. They went from Naruto to Shippuden to Boruto now.
Like look at it, like still there. That's the kind of stuff I need. But I'm not gonna lie, Naruto's a little. I feel like that's in a different category because it's like it's just Naruto. Kishimoto knew what he was doing when it came to emotional appeal. But like even with Bleach. Like when he was a Soul Reaper, the Soul Reapers didn't respect him, the captains, but when he started whooping everybody's asses, they low-key got his respect. You know, but that was a journey. Like that was a whole arc.
And that was just respect. That was
respect. They still don't really fuck with him like that. They still didn't really fuck with him like that. But if it was like, say something like in Black Clover or My Hero, they'll automatically like him. And that's even with My Hero, I feel like My Hero's story, their story is like, I don't understand, like, it's so, I feel like the plot is inconsistent. Like, who's the real big bad? Like, there's no big bad to me. We thought it was one for all,
but he's in jail, and that's the problem with My Hero. The thing which Rodney also had a problem with, right? Because now that I'm thinking about it, how are you gonna have the main villain, this man that you've heard rumors from, legends from, stories from, competing with All Might and stuff, and then out of nowhere, oh, he's in jail and they have guns pointing at him and you can't do anything about it. And it's kind of like I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it seem like what All Might is doing with Deku is bad, because he's not really teaching him how to be a hero. He's not doing anything for him. He's not letting. It's like with the whole a child leaving the nest. Like, he's not kicking him out of the nest so he can learn to fly. Unlike what All For One is doing with Shiraki, he literally just went to jail so this man can have some type of development.
But then One For All gets out of jail and gets whooped by a retired All Might. Like, what?
Which I will say about that fight, it was so emotional, but it was, I want to say it's a letdown.
Because like, you're the like I'm thinking, like, who's the pain in who's the pain in My Hero? There's no pain. Who's the Orochimaru in my Hero? Orochimaru did a lot more than
I would say All For One was, but even then he's still not up to that level, because you don't see what he's doing behind the scenes, or you don't see what he's done in the past. All we've heard of him is that, oh, he's bad, he's the one that started all this, he's the reason why the world is like this right now. And it's kind of like, oh, that's cool, but we want more. We want to know why this is happening, who he is, and what's happening. And here's what I would say about people who defend this show like as if it was like honestly the best anime ever.
Shamar Wilson, shout out to Shamar. He loves My Hero.
Of course he would. But no, like the people that defend it to the point where it's like, oh, it's better than Naruto. No. I don't. Oh my god, there are people that say that. There are people that Rodney, you will be surprised. There are people in the comments that will defend it to the end, until they die. But it's bad because I don't think it would ever come close to being what Naruto has become and what it built up. Because even though yes, Naruto, it did take long for there to be developments and bonds, but it made sense. There were build up to that. From My Hero, you're in a world where yes, there's discrimination, but the main hero, he went from being a person that was quirkless to being a person that has one of the strongest quirks. Yeah. And honestly, it still doesn't even feel like, and it still feels like there's still some type of discrimination against him, which I feel like he should be on equal footing with everyone else. Yeah. If not, he has an advantage.
I completely
because it doesn't make sense for everyone to like either hate him or despise him or anything like that. Because like, what's the point? It's not like he's quirkless. Like if he was quirkless and he did go to UA and he was part of 1A class and he was doing all this stuff with gadgets and shit, I would be like, yeah, that makes sense.
His story is not that interesting.
It really isn't.
He's just there.
Honestly, I feel like everyone else's story is much more compelling. Like Bakugo, I feel like he has a much more compelling story. I feel like he's more realistic as far as a person.
Yeah, he just needs an attitude.
Yeah, he just keeps yelling and stuff.
Another problem with New Generation Anime, when they do that 24 episode and they go a whole year, I forget.
They have too many characters. I would say that about New Generation Animes. They have too many characters that you can't keep up with. That sometimes gets really annoying. Like Black Clover has a lot of characters that they name.
They kind of do that. Black Clover kind of does it well though.
They do it well to a point.
They do a decent job.
I would say they do give them arcs. They give them all individual arcs, which I do like about that. Like they with the Golden Sun or the Golden Dawn, the way that they do it, I do like that. Yeah. That they do give some of those characters, even though we don't like them, they do give them some type of development, which I do appreciate. Yeah. Because they can easily just be like Kishimoto. No offense, they can be like him and be like, listen, you get no screen time. You get
Kishimoto did a good job. He just couldn't do everything. He couldn't do everything.
He did a great job.
Like you just say, he didn't have a lot. There were characters that could have did. I know Rock Lee, Neji.
Not even just Rock Lee. I feel like Rock Lee had enough character development. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying for minor characters, like listen, Tenten. I feel like she could have. I'm not saying she could have been someone good. I'm just saying she could have.
She had her shine in the 4th grade Ninja War. Remember with the fans, she messed up Kakuzu.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but I feel like that's.
But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Fire Force, they have like a lot of characters which I do respect, and they have like a very colorful cast. I will say that it's not too much to the point where it's like I have to keep track of this character, I have to keep track of that character. I feel like it's very consistent, just like Black Clover.
Yeah.
I feel like they do it a little bit better than Black Clover because I feel like the cast is a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
But also their design is very unique. I feel like they know how to flesh it out, and I feel like they know how to tell you who's like a main character to the main character and who's just a side character that's just there for background.
Yeah.
I feel like they designed that very well, and I feel like the way that they give each character a backstory is beautiful. I will say that. And I feel like their reasons for doing certain things and their mentality, it does make sense. I don't know a lot of animes that don't do that very well, and I feel like it's because I forgot that for a reason because they were bad. But
I'm gonna have to
yeah,
watch Fire Force.
Listen, you would have to listen, dog. If you
watch
watch Fire
episode 5,
Force,
guys, or 6.
I will definitely hop on to.
I forgot which one.
Girlfriend, but... Oh, speaking of,
you should watch Rent a Girlfriend. If y'all like this video, please hit that like button and subscribe. And if you want us to talk about other topics, you can put that in the comments below. I also put our IG names there as well. Ronnie_TE
or D97.
And we'll see y'all next time, alright?
Sir.
Too long. That shit is too long. It needs to end.
Listen, it's long, but the payoff is worth it, especially now that
Where's
we're
the payoff? It's still going.
Right. Let's make them the brown shirts. Put some
it's
lot
too
money.
late. It's too late. It's a recurring role.
No, I understand that, but I think they just said recurring. You know, there's a recurring role.
That's when I really knew she was the one for me, because she hit her head and she didn't go back inside the house.
I love that you told the world that.
Link. She gone. I'm pretty sure she ain't go.
I always say what's up to me, how you doing, you know, all that stuff every time. But yeah, you over here trying to
Smash my girl.
Yeah, he liked her.
Hey, babe.
Good shit, you know what I'm saying?